Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
It's lovely to be back at the Palacio de Congresos, the Marbella Exhibition Centre. Please join me. Let's go inside and welcome our guests.
Hey, hey.
I'm delighted to welcome as my first guest today, Wayne Chasan. He's a photographer, but that title really doesn't do him justice because he's so much more than what one would think of as a photographer. Wayne, how lovely to see you and have you on Marbella Now.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me back once again. It's been a long time.
It's an absolute pleasure and so much to catch up on.
Yeah.
You have had a busy summer.
Yes.
And so much more to come, and I'm really delighted I get to share all your successes and excitement with our viewers. Congratulations, firstly, because you won awards. You've been recognized for the excellence of your photography. You've just come back from South Africa, launching a new website, I suppose, to be able to share all these amazing things. And also, I love that you have the history of Marbella as part of your history, because it's something that those of us who have been here a long time really appreciate.
I feel a bit of not a bit, I feel entirely an adoptive person of Marbella. It really is. It's been such a part of my history because the first 20 years of my life, I bounced around like a ping pong ball and didn't really have roots anywhere. If anything, in California, but I bounced all over California. So it wasn't actually till I came to Marbella, which wasn't my intention originally. It was sort of a happy accident and destiny, I suppose, that I've now wound up living here since 82, 83. We're talking over 40 years.
Like me, I moved out here in 80.
I have roots.
And what a change.
Yeah, it is. It really has transformed.
Yeah, I wonder if you, okay, because I've also known Marbella. I used to come as a child in the 60s. I've been here I've really seen Marbella grow. But even with the expansion, I still feel it's the same village that I lived in the 80s. Do you have that same perception?
I do. I think, it's really interesting because there's lots of circles of people here, and sometimes they overlap and sometimes they don't. And I run into people and this is somebody really interesting. How long have you been here? And they go like 20 years. And I'm like, 20 years? I've been here 40 and we haven't met yet. And so it's kind of like a village, but at the same time, it's sort of turned into a bustling city.
That is different because back in the 80s,
both.
There was maybe 3 handfuls of foreigners, and we didn't all know each other, and maybe we wouldn't have been friends back home, but we kind of made it all together because
you'd park anywhere you wanted to go to
that
in
was
front
where
of the door.
But now we do, and also we have the different nationality groups that they tend to live in selected areas, which I suppose makes sense with the familiarity.
I think it's very exciting. I mean, it's a different Marbella. And it's logical that things change and progress. And I think that, there's both good and bad to the expansion, but I like to look at it in a positive sense. I think there's a lot of fascinating people who are entering Marbella as well and providing a great benefit eventually, I hope.
Yeah,
I truly do.
I do. Same here. We have to look on the bright side. And the nice thing is that we still get to be here and enjoy everything about it. And helping each other is a big part of that. And understanding what each of us does. Also, you've been taking photographs, but not just any photographs. You specialize in architecture, but at the same time, you've won your awards for your waterworks.
It's very interesting. I don't enter a lot of contests, but the ones I have, I won the award for industrial photography in Spain with the Spanish Photographers Association a long time ago, launching the Oleícula Hojiblanca olive oil brand. Now I've been honored with in the series category, 5 images of the best beauty fashion photography by the American Society of Media Photographers. So that was quite surprising to win awards outside of, but I don't like to be keyholed. I mean, I'm highly specialized in architecture and interiors for any type of client where that's involved. But anything that I feel I can do well, anything that I have a passion about, I'll jump into. If I don't think I can, I'm not going to offer that to the client because no one wants to risk
But if you see it in that,
yeah,
in your
if I
mind's
know I can do it, I don't care
yeah.
if it's fashion. I mean, the fashion shoot was really interesting. It was somebody who was not from the fashion world, who had passion, wanted to launch this special, her own line, which was blending West African with European style, and it was a small one-day shoot. We set up a portable studio. We took it to her office space so we could do the product photography in the morning. But what I was dying to do was get outside at sort of sunset twilight. We had 1 or 2 hours for that, and take this little series of photos that wound up winning the award. It was very interesting because I sent in 5 things. I was like, oh, what am I going to send? And the other, out of the 5, I won for 2. Actually, the other one was single, the category of single architectural photography, judges' second choice. So,
Congratulations!
Yeah, it was nice. It's nice. I don't do that a lot, and so, sometimes you do, and you go, oh well, that didn't go anywhere, and so this was lovely. I actually won it before, back in 2007, which I guess means that I'm an old fuddy-duddy, for the Canon 50th anniversary campaign in Europe. I got the Best of 2007 award from the same.
It's nice to get rewarded, or it's recognition. It's not the reward.
Nice.
It's that recognition that someone sees what you've managed to pull off. And you've just come back from South Africa.
It's really funny, actually, because South Africa, aside from the job, I went to meet a networking colleague who had a very interesting project there. And I went, I'm traveling 30 hours. I'll travel an extra hour to go meet him in person and see the project. And hopefully that will be coming to fruition. But it was interesting because he said to me, I've mentioned you to the promoter here in South Africa, and he knew your name. He knew of you. And I went, oh, okay. Well, that's
as you say, you've got
nice.
You've got your decades under the belt, and that testament to your excellence.
Yeah.
First of all, you're still going.
Yeah.
And in Marbella, normally business is an average 18 months. So you've been going now 40-something years
40-something years. Yeah, 40-something years, and still with somehow, I don't know how, with the same passion, dedication. I mean, my top worldwide client, the first time we went to do a job for them, backtrack. The first 10 years I was doing photography for them. The second 10 years I've been doing photography and mentoring and consultation for them. And the first job I did of that second phase, I went to meet them in Tokyo. It was a 5-day shoot. And I said, the first thing we have to do is plan. We need to look at each space, figure out what angle, jot down what time of day is the best time of day for it. Second best time of day, and maybe even a third one, because you don't know if you have the same slots for. And then the second half of the day, we walked around and tried to get access to buildings to photograph their building, because we couldn't use drones and we couldn't use cranes. And when we finished, the client came to me and said, oh my God, we've suddenly moved the deadline ahead. We only have 3 days to do the job. And I said, now we know how to do it in 3 days. If we hadn't done this pre-production, we wouldn't have been able to do it in 5 days. But now that we know where to be and when, we simply won't sleep. Because you do twilight photography, which is beautiful, sort of like half an hour after sunset, and it lasts 20 minutes. We only had 3 nights, so we needed a lot more night photography. So what we did was we got up in the morning before the sky had any color and waited, and it looks like it's twilight, but at pre-dawn, which is horrific. So we didn't sleep for 3 days. We took a few naps here and there, and we got the job done.
And that makes, I think, the difference
and
between...
that dedication.
When I'm saying you're a photographer, it's not enough. It doesn't transmit the depth of which a good photographer, a professional photographer, strategizes, is not just showing up and taking a picture.
Ensuring success. That's why they send me around the world, because you basically ensure success. So one part is the vision, one part is the passion, but another part is actually having the logistics and strategy and oomph in place to get through anything, no matter what the circumstances are. So it's been really fun, because it's been a bit quiet for me since COVID, because I was mainly Marbella with occasional travel for 35 years. Marbella taught me my profession. I came here at 18 with no knowledge of anything, no internet, no anything. So Marbella formed me. Okay,
I feel the same way. Isn't that cute?
The seeds were there. Seeds were there.
That's why we've grown up here.
Indeed. So for me, it'll be home forever. I think and I hope. But where was I going with that?
That you're being traveling.
Right. Yeah. So I had gone kind of international the years before COVID, and COVID obviously put a dent in that. And all of a sudden, this summer, really, I've had one of the best hotels in Spain called us back. They hadn't done photography in 7 years, which is a testament to the return on investment. If they don't refresh my images in 7 years, it means it's
they were very
giving
good.
them a good return So that was lovely. We went back with that client. I had one of the most outstanding properties in Gibraltar. I'd photographed 16 years ago when it was just built, unfurnished. They've called me back to actually to create a memory of the place because it's now being passed on to the next person. So we spent 3 days creating.
Goosebumps.
Yeah,
That's
it was actually very magical to really create something that they can savor now
and
that
for
they've
you
left the
going
home.
back, seeing what you did 16 years ago, going back and I don't know,
Seeing
that
how
must have
it's
had that feeling.
transformed
Is very
and that confidence that the client has in calling you back to do that. Another one, basically a family member of an old client of mine called me to work on a cosmetics book project, which will be coming out next year. So it's been very exciting. And then, of course, I recovered this main international client. I've been in Paris, South Africa. So, yeah, it's very exciting
nice.
times.
It is exciting
yeah,
times.
It
You
feels
also
good.
did a lovely architectural book of Marbella. I mean,
Yes, that one got nipped in the bud a bit by COVID. I have to admit, we kind of launched it just before COVID,
did, I
and
remember.
it did kind of
never too late.
It's not too late because we created it as a small, inexpensive little book that you could just pick up anywhere and put in your purse and carry with you. It wasn't something like, how am I going to take this home? And it really is the story of Marbella told by 3 adoptive
Marbella.
sons of Marbella, Michel Cruz and Luio Vasquez. Luio's an architect and urban sketcher, and Michel Cruz wrote the story. And it's an informal, it's a really
I
nice
really think you
read.
guys should
And it
give
should
that,
be in every home.
I think so. I think you should give it a little repush,
we
relaunch.
need to relaunch that
like that.
because
Glad I reminded you.
Yeah, you did. I haven't
that's
forgotten.
enough.
I haven't forgotten. Another, if I may, another personal project that has kind of come to life after 40, 50 years. When I first became a photographer, when I first decided to move back to Spain at 18 before Marbella, it was to capture on film. That's how I started. The images of my memories of Spain as a child, because I lived here 4 years as a kid in the Franco years. And I came back after the transition and I was 16. For me, it had felt like 1,000 years, but for Spain, it had just been the transition. And so I started capturing all these cobblestone streets and women wrapped in black and all these memories I had of Spain.
The police dressed in brown with their machine guns.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And now they're really, I would be happy to turn to them, happier than to turn them than an American cop. Let me tell you, I feel much more comfortable going up to a Guardia Civil and saying, hey now. But back in the day, they were imposing
it was
figures.
intimidating.
And that project has resurged because even though I exhibited it in New York and all that, I posted it on Facebook. And a lot of pictures are taken in part of Almeria, and the people from that town saw it and started reposting and sharing it. It was going, oh my God, my grandmother, my great uncle. They didn't know that these images existed.
And that's
And
the beauty.
so we've just presented it to the village.
social
We've
media.
done a 12-page feature in their annual magazine, and we did a presentation. And for me, it was really touching to be able to give that back to them, because that's a project I really want to bring full circle.
Well, that is lovely, and it's lovely that they get to actually see what you did and it means something.
Yeah.
Wayne, we have to leave it there, but thank you
brilliant.
so much. Till the next time, as I said, so much more than a photographer.
Well, can I just say, if
Yes.
you want to see what I do, go to ChasanAssociates.com, because my old website, Chasan.com, is great, but I haven't had time to update it. So Chasan Associates really speaks about all the new stuff and the worldwide stuff we're doing.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Time flies by.
We're
Thank you so
watching
much. Thank
We're
you.
watching you.
Thank
Please,
you.
watch Wayne.
Hey, hey.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai.
Fantasía.
I am pleased to welcome our CIT Marbella Guest of the Week. CIT Marbella is a business networking association, the most prominent in our community and ever so efficient. For over a decade now, every week, they send one of the members to the program so we get to meet them and find out what they do. Today is the turn of Caetano Movil SUR. This is a car dealership and they specialize in Kia, no less. And David is here to tell us more about it. Welcome to the program, David.
Thank you very much.
David.
David, for the friends.
Yeah, exactly, for the friends, David.
Okay.
It's lovely to have you here. Kia is a very well-known brand. And I was looking at your website.
Yeah.
Very extensive services. You do a lot. You rent, you do leasing, and you do new sales, and you do second-hand sales.
Yes, we have all.
Everything.
Yeah, new cars, second-hand cars. We have a workshop and body and paint repair too. So
Just for Kia?
no, we have more companies inside the group, but.
So if I wanted to repair a car, it doesn't have to just be a Kia. You cover...
Yes, we have more things.
And are you from Marbella? Are you local?
No, I'm from Granada.
Oh, nice.
I moved 1 year ago, sadly maybe 1 year and 3 or 4 days, so I'm very happy to be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How are you liking it? It's very different to Granada.
Yes, in Granada I was living in the south, in Salobreña, but I love the beach, so I have the opportunity to come here and I'm very happy to be there.
Did you come and start working with Caetano Movil SUR from the beginning, or is that
Yes,
you came here for that?
1 year ago I moved directly to work with them, so...
Do you have a passion for cars?
I was working with the cars since 6 years ago, so I like the cars, all the market, all the things. So.
Do you find that you have a very varied international clientele?
Yes.
Because I know Kia that's the Nadal brand, right?
Exactly.
So like the Spanish, or those of us who've been here a long time, I think Kia, I think Nadal, I think excellence, I think guarantee, because you do especially long guarantees with
7
Kia.
years warranty, and it's very, I think it's very good for the customer because you have 7 years of relax and
It's a big deal.
you can trust in the brand, and I think that is a good point.
I do too. I mean, that is one of the things that as I say, when I think of Kia, I think of that 7-year guarantee, that it's worth it. And looking on the website today, the prices are actually very good when you're looking at like a Picanto or these things that they're really affordable, and you do monthly payments, so you can actually do financing with your company directly?
Yes, we have different types of finance. We have the normal finance, always that we did whole life, and now we have the flexible finance that you can put the car in 3, 4, or 5 years, and then with the finance end, you can renew the car and get one new technology. And now with the electric cars. Today we have one car, but maybe in 6 months, one year, we have another better than the other. I think it's a good point to can get a car with the actual technology.
Yeah, it makes it. If you're going especially for the electric type, things change so quickly.
Exactly.
That if you can change it over, it makes sense. How are the sales going with the electric cars?
I think. Here in Marbella is good because people now is thinking I have to buy a new car, and electric is now in the future. But
and I see electric charging points in a lot of places now.
We have
the last year and a half is a big difference of where you can charge the car.
And now I think it's easier than a few years ago, because now in Kia we have the app Kia Charge, with a lot of points of charge. Maybe in Europe, I think it's more than 12,000. and you can do all about with our app, and it's quite easy because you have a lot of different providers of charging, but in only one
It's
app.
funny, I'm thinking we've got a new type of tourism now. You take out your charger points and then you do a tour around Europe according to where you can charge your car. So it's a way of, as opposed to going on a beer route or a White Village route, you can go on the electric charge your car route.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Yes, and you can use the car to go, the phone, and it's easier than when the electric cars start. So
Wonderful. And what kind of car do you drive?
now I have an Sportage.
A Kia?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. Does everyone in the company have to drive a Kia, or is not obligatory?
It's not obligatory, but
you all do.
I trust in the brand. I changed my car 4 months ago because when I started in Kia, I start to see all the equipment, the security system. We have a hybrid, plug-in hybrid electric, and the brand is going so far in that technology.
It really is. It's going from strength to strength.
Yes.
Undeniable. I remember when the Kia opened a few years back, when the showroom opened, and just the growth
Yes.
is impressive.
Yes.
And I said, the options, when my car died on me at the end of last year, and I went from like November till January, because I didn't really know which route to go. But then when I was looking through your website, it's like, oh my gosh, this little runaround car, it was 100 and something a month.
Yes.
If you buy it on installments, it opens up a lot of options.
Yes, and you can decide if you want to do a down payment or without. You have a lot of options to choose. I think a lot of models with different engines. It's really nice.
And you've got lots of different areas. You've got one in Madrid, but then all along the coast, Estepona, here, Malaga.
Yes, here in Malaga we have in Estepona, Marbella, Bel Mare, Antequera, Malaga, Ronda, Fuengirola. We have in all of Malaga we are.
So you have a big fleet of
Yes.
of cars, and obviously really nice people waiting to chat. So if you're looking to get a new car or thinking about it, I would say why not pop along to meet David at Kia at Caetano Movil SUR. Say strange words for us, but at the end of the day, it's Kia, and certainly worth checking out. Congratulations, your English is great, and you've done a great job for your first TV performance.
Thank you very much.
I hope it's the first of many.
I hope so.
We'll make it that way.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Linear Director has come up with a squatter policy for just €24 a year. You don't have to have your home insurance with them. This is a completely separate matter to protect you from squatters. For more information, call 952 147834 or their website, lineardirector.com.
Zero Hero, welcome to Bel Mare.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new. Hey, hey.
I was delighted to be invited by Marie Noel of Marie Noel Communications to go to the first anniversary party of Soul. Soul is a lovely restaurant. They've opened at NAC, N-A-C, which is the Nueva Alcantara Paddle Club in San Pedro. This paddle club was actually voted the best paddle club in the world, no less. Together with this fabulous restaurant, it makes for a great place to go play paddle and hang out, or just go and dine in Marbella. So big congratulations to the Breathe Group and to Soul.
Hi, girls. Hi, Gemma. Letting you guys in. Good evening. Oh my God, it's you.
Zero Hero customers are welcome to restaurant Alameda in Obal Urban Hotel in Marbella.
Linear Director appreciates just how important our pets are to us, and that's why they brought out one of the most comprehensive insurance policies on the market from just €39.90 a year. Give them a call on 952 147834 or from the website lineardirector.com.
Hey, hey.
It's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's who knows you, particularly in Marbella. Well, Alison Cuddy, who I know and knows me, said, please interview a friend of mine. Her name is Mayca Fernández, and she's doing really interesting things with skin. So, Mayca Fernández, welcome to Marbella Now. Thank you, Alison.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you.
Really nice to meet you, and lovely big blue eyes, dressed according to your eyes, and popping.
Yeah, blue like the Mediterranean Sea.
Exactly. And if I said, Mayca, do you speak Spanish? And I am Spanish. I'm from Malaga with a name like Mayca Fernández.
Yeah,
Kind of
I
obvious,
am.
but just checking. What's it like being Spanish amongst so many foreigners in Marbella? Is it weird for you?
It quite natural feeling. No, the thing is, I have lived 14 years in Ireland, in Dublin, because my husband is Irish, and we came back 2 years ago. But I always have lived here on the coast amongst foreigners and English-speaking people, so I'm fine with it. I love it.
It opens up horizons, doesn't it?
Sure.
Yeah,
It's
this
very
is-
enriching. I mean,
Yeah. That's how I feel. It's such a shame for those who don't speak Spanish, because they miss out on so much.
they do.
So much the good food that you only get in the really Spanish typical bars.
Yeah.
The way of eating the tapas.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that they don't get to enjoy.
Yeah, sure. Language is not only, language is not only the language, it's a culture. You miss out to learn about the culture if you don't know the language, you know?
It's so true. So true. Anyway, we've come today, you're here to talk about skin products, natural skin products. Tell me a little bit more about Wapple.
All right, Wapple Beauty. Yes, well, this is my business that I started 16 years ago. I'm a cosmetic scientist and I'm a professional formulator.
Okay,
People
stop
don't
there.
know what
Yeah.
I know.
What
I
on
know.
earth is that?
People don't know what it is. Okay, a cosmetic formulator is the person in the lab that designed the product, that designed the technical, the technology of the product, the performance of the product. You know, when you buy shampoo, a face moisturizer, a lotion, a deodorant, even a toothpaste is a cosmetic by the European cosmetic regulation. So that's what a formulator do. We do the formula, we write the formula, and we make sure that that product is well designed and prepared, and that's what it intends to do.
So you studied for this?
I studied cosmetic science to do this, and apart from formulating this, being able to design products for any brand, what I do the most and I love to do is I accompany entrepreneurs. I work with entrepreneurs that they want to create their own skincare line products. So
Very
I teach,
interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So I teach them. I teach workshops, I run courses in person, online. I have on my website. I can teach anything. But you don't need to want it to be entrepreneur. You can be just a person that just want to start learning how to make your own product. It's same as cooking. It's exactly the same as cooking. You know, you will learn how to prepare your own product, controlling the ingredients, because my specialty is natural, and it's strictly natural. So I'm in a battle, because it's a battle against toxics.
And you must know, I mean, it must be like when you're behind the curtain of any industry,
Yeah,
the horrors that go on.
yeah.
How do you balance that, having worked in that profession and knowing it, and yet the only thing you can really do is push natural products? That's all you can do. It's just like, I know the difference, have this.
Very good question. The thing is, I studied cosmetic science where all the formulators of the big brands study. Okay, but it was my choice because it's my project for many years, because I'm conscious to use only natural materials. So I have the knowledge, I got the knowledge, the technical knowledge to prepare any product, to formulate any product. But then I just choose the material that they are good, natural, and they are eco-friendly, they respect our health and our environment. And yes, it's difficult, but this is part of my mission, to bring awareness and consciousness that people, of course, don't, when you read the label is like this with 40 ingredients, people don't understand. You go to any shop, you don't know what to buy, you don't know what's natural, what is not. So that's my job.
I think one of the biggest mistakes is that the public believe that if it's on sale, it's safe.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's very good point.
And yet it's not necessarily the case.
No, it's not. It's safe because in the way that when you use it, of course, nothing happens, you're fine. But the thing is the toxicity involved, the toxicity exposure we are every day is cumulative. I mean, like it's a long-term thing, and people don't think in that. And also because you don't smell it or you don't feel anything or it's not visual, you think, well, this product is okay, it's not doing any harm. I'm actually feel very pretty, and my hair is very soft and nice. Well, what is the danger here? Mm-hmm. Well, there is, because there is something called, I don't know if you heard, endocrine disruptors.
Not heard of it, carry on.
All right, this is a phenomenon that is happening and it's been studied from decades, and now people are getting more conscious that anything that we inhale, even if we don't smell it, we inhale toxics all the time, and that is affecting our system, our health constantly. And that when the illness comes, maybe 10 years or 20 years, but it's altering our endocrine system, which is the hormonal system, especially in women. And that can lead to different illnesses like cancer and many others, you know? So it's quite serious when you are in there, and like you said before, behind the curtains. I know I can see the technical data sheet of ingredients that is used, and I just don't like it. I said, no, this is not natural. This is toxic. This is affecting our health. This is affecting our oceans. You know, beautiful beach, and so you know.
Do you have your own line of products?
No, I don't have my own line of product. I help to create. I actually.
I was thinking you should have your own line as well.
I know everyone tells me.
At least it was okay. Let me just buy it from you, Mayca.
I know.
I don't mind want to make it.
I can.
But it must be fun, I think, also. Even as a party, let's get together and make something.
Yeah, I have done that in the past, and that's a lot of. It happens a lot that a group of women just say, "Listen, come over, Mayca, for a workshop and teach us how to make a serum or a balm or whatever, level more beginners level." And it's so much fun, and you take the product. And the thing is, it's very empowering when you know how to make it yourself.
And I'm thinking for children as well, to start them early so they understand.
Yeah.
Like schools should do this. They understand what we're actually putting on our bodies.
It's the same as skill. Yeah, it's exactly the same. I always compare it to cooking. You know, in Spain, we love our food and everything natural and fresh and nutritious and all that. But this is the same. It's just to know the materials, know how to make the product properly, not from any YouTuber, because they just do so many crazy stuff. And I'm actually running doing a course, an in-person course in a finca in Manilva on the 19th of October. And people will come actually from different countries, even they fly to do a one-day course that where you learn how to make any type of product. We will make 6 products, and then I explain all the technology, all the foundation, the cosmetic science behind. So then empowers you to practice and to do whatever.
So, for example, at home, I could just buy ingredients and then set about making my own. I suppose very important would be soaps or body cleansers, and the hair is the main ones that we're covering ourselves in. Products.
It can be any product that is not strictly natural has potential toxic, harmful substance for our health that we don't need actually, because nature has thousands of materials, raw materials that we can make wonderful stuff.
Yeah, it was funny, I heard the other day you were talking about natural products as alternative medicine, and I laughed. It's like, no, that's original medicine.
Exactly.
How can it be alternative? That's the original, and everything else is manufactured an alternative.
Yeah, because the industry took over, you know, many years ago, and everything just kind of ignore and reject the nature and offer. Like, how can you do that? Nature,
because they can't charge for nature.
But then you go. Point.
Yeah.
Yes, it's profit over health sometimes, you know. So, you know, I think it's a wonderful skill to have. When people, I mean, I've been doing this for many years, especially in Dublin. Here, just starting. People don't know me much here, but in Dublin, I've been coaching, training a lot of entrepreneurs. They're brands, solid brands that they're working very well. But not only that, it's just people really get this skill. This skill is forever. It's a life skill, you know. And then you go, when you learn to make, I don't know, let's say a face moisturizer, then you want to learn, how can I make a deodorant? How can I make a spray for whatever? It's just like you don't want to stop, because it's such a huge opportunity, possibilities. It's like a sky the limit to make your stuff and to work with nurturing. It's so rewarding as well. I think it's. I mean,
Well, you look
I'm
amazing.
Passionate. Oh,
You're
thank
passionate, and you look amazing.
Yeah, I use
Your
my own
skin's
products. I
amazing.
make it. I don't buy it.
You know, but you make it for yourself.
Yeah.
At least you make it for yourself.
I can make it for friends as well. If I have some friends that.
Well, I think you should launch the Maica Fernandez range, at least on a small
right.
level, while we learn to do it ourselves. I'm certainly going to take a look at your wapo.ie website to take a look and see how to do things. And I think moisturizer, as I say, you look absolutely radiant.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
That's the best testament for any product.
Yeah. I have to be the best the best promoter.
Exactly, you do a great job. Maica, delighted to meet you.
Me too.
Thank you ever so much, and keep on going with your good work, because that's what it is. It's just keep talking about it till we understand the difference.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Muchas
Thank
gracias.
you. Gracias. Ciao.
When you think of car or motorbike insurance, think Linear Director. When you most need your insurance company, Linear Director are there for you. With tow trucks, courtesy car, mechanics, legal advice, even overnight stay in a hotel if you need it. There's a whole department dedicated to us Brits, with people who speak English there to help us. If you're looking for an insurance policy that really takes all your needs into consideration whilst you're driving in Spain, then Linear Director really is the company for you. Why don't you give them a call? 952 14 78 34, or contact them online.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Sister Restaurant.
It's always nice to meet new people, but it's also nice to welcome back familiar faces, such as that of our lovely Lily van Tongeren. Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening. Depends what time of day you're watching the show.
Yes.
Lovely
Hi,
to
Nicole.
see you, Lily.
Hi, Nicole.
Have you had a nice summer?
Yeah, in some ways we had a really nice summer. We were away, of course. We were in France, in Holland, and on the way back we stopped in a few places in Spain, which I hadn't seen before, which was wonderful. I loved Bilbao and Toledo. So yeah, we had a great summer.
Oh, it was nice. You actually got to see a bit more of Spain, because you spend most of your time in Marbella looking after animals or running to the airport to send them off to their new home, and which is really also very admirable, as is your new association, AIMS, Animals in Marbella Sanctuary. And that's how I think I've seen you since I've known you, a sanctuary for animals. Because whether they need a wheelchair or operation or whatever, you find it within yourself that you have to make that happen.
Yeah, we saw a need, the four of us that started AIMS last year, that having worked as a volunteer for many, many, many years, all of us, in a large animal shelter, we saw the need that individual animals sometimes really need. And not only individual animals, but also the smaller shelters, individual people that get into trouble and cannot take care of their dogs, or the dog needs an operation and unfortunately cannot afford it. So we are kind of an umbrella at the moment in taking care of smaller shelters and help them where necessary. We donated a month's food to a shelter that really needed it. We're helping AAA with the operation of a dog that has needed an operation for a long time. I have a little dog at home at the moment, little French bully, who needed to be taken away out of the family because of problems with a child. So we help individuals. We help individual dogs, specifically the dogs that have special needs, that need extra training before they can be adopted, they need rehabilitation after operations. So wherever necessary, not only dogs but also cats, we try to help, and in different ways, as well as helping the smaller shelters promoting their dogs on our website for adoption and sponsoring. So in many different ways, we're trying to help in different locations.
As you can see, Lily is passionate about what she does, as are the other three people that are together in Ames, which is why I thought it was very suitable for this year's United Nationalities of Marbella Summit to do it together with Lily. First of all, because we've done children and the suicide prevention over the last few years, which I'm pleased to say the suicide rate in Malaga is well down. I'm not saying it's thanks to us, but certainly it's that everyone getting on board, talking about it, that now has got help in the schools, and people are far more aware of this. So I'm very pleased about that. But this year, it's curious that I got so many calls about abandoned and starving and needy horses.
Yes.
And I really had no idea that this was an issue. I know that perhaps the horse and carts, you know, the carriages and the heat, that we have that complaint, or the donkeys and the heat, but I didn't realise that it was actually like with the dogs, there was an abandonment and struggle with the horses. So I'm really delighted that our United Nationalities Summit this year is going to be on Friday the 4th of October, which is World Animal Day. And we will have the lovely Lily there talking about the dogs, and we'll have the lady talking about the cats, but we'll also have 2 horse rescue associations. We will also have the donkeys Dreamland coming down, and the people from the Town Hall of Micas to address that. And it will be a good platform, I think, not to raise funds, but to create awareness of exactly what you do, how you do it, why you do it. And the same for all the associations, so that we can then get on board and involved, because it's not always about money, is it, Lily? Sometimes it's just time, or it's things. You need things to food, as you say, or blankets. And
yeah. It's a wonderful opportunity to create awareness of the need for care of animals in many different ways, and of course this particular day was for many different animals, and to see what behind the scenes. A lot of people come or think they go to a shelter, they go pick up a dog, they adopt a dog. They don't realize what's all behind, or that happens behind the scenes in shelters or in rescues. And I think that's important for people sometimes to know, and specifically with the horses, because nobody, as you said, there's not a great awareness of what's happening with the horses that are being abandoned, or what's happened to them, or with the donkeys or any other animal, and that there are quite a lot of associations and beautiful, beautiful, loving people who take care of those things, but nobody really knows how or what it involves. So I think it's a wonderful idea to create the awareness for people to know that if they want to help, they know where to go and they can help for the different animals, not only for the dog shelters or the cats, but also for all the other shelters that need help.
It's nice that we have Laura from AFISOL, which is the Mental Health Association, and as well as some schools coming to the event, because animals and children and animals and well-being, I think, are very much related. There's a lot of, we can get a lot of emotional support from our animals, and I think we could, for mental, we could encourage this more, of getting people who have depression or have difficulties, getting them involved with the different animal associations, I think can only be positive.
Yes, it's very much proven that animals can improve the mental health as well as physical health, specifically with older people, lonely people, children. Of course, important to bring up children with the awareness of care for animals, so that they have that through their life. And it's really proven that it does help. It does help mental people, depression people, or older people, as we did with the other shelter. We went with dogs to the older age homes. My sister is in a care home, and I sometimes take some of the dogs or one of the dogs, and when I see the delight of the eyes of the people lighting up and wanting to touch them and play with them, and it's just absolutely wonderful to see what a difference it can make for a lot of people. We're also trying to set up an adoption program for older dogs with some older people. And then in that way, that older people often do not have the money to adopt a dog or take care of it, because older dogs can have medical problems. And that way, but we will try then to sponsor and help those people adopting a dog for their well-being, for the dog's well-being, instead of being in a shelter. An old dog should be in a home. And then we will support the people when necessary for medication or food if necessary. So that's a program we're also setting up to help the older people and to help older dogs, which is of course my passion.
Lily, commendable, admirable, thank you very much. If you would like to join us, please do. 4th of October, it's a Friday. We're going to be starting at 11, talking till 1, the different associations explaining what they do, and then we're going to have an amazing lunch, networking, and hashtag better together. The animals of the Costa del Sol. And Ames.
And Ames.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me and my guests. You can watch recordings of the programme from the rtvmarbella.tv website, or go to my website, nicoleking.es. You have a link to the programme, but also to my column, Marbella Moments, in the Euro Weekly News, and to our website, zerohero.es, with links to all the restaurants, bars, hotels, casino that offer free soft drinks to the designated driver, helping keep our streets a little bit safer. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for more of what's going on in Marbella right now.
You'll open up